No helmets, no masks, inferior equipment, wooden stick, no room for a coward.
When Zosky and Wayne Goss, they used to go out when we had to kill a penalty, and they rag the ball for 2 minutes. No, you couldn't get the ball off them. And then after 2 minutes, they go down and score.
And kids would walk around with a lacrosse stick then, the way they walk around with a cell phone today.
So we had two of the best, probably the best, the best centermen in Canada on our team.
So we won in '85, we won in '86, and in '87 we could have won again. Like nobody was going to come close to us in the Senior B.
The thing with Vancouver was in those days they were the roughest, meanest, nastiest team around. And they would do things that, you know, they'd be thrown in jail for if they did them today.
And I agreed because I figured it wouldn't take too much time. Of course, coaching doesn't take a lot of time, right?
We had no superstars in our days. There was superstars in the league like Jack Bionda and Bobby Allen, and you know, you can name a lot of the Easterner players. But in the West, there were really no spectacular players like that. They were basically just hard, sound, basic lacrosse players.
I play goalie, so they call me Seymour Shots. I didn't duck. I never ducked. I got it, bang, you know. So it's just like getting punched in the jaw.
When the Salmon Bellies went into somewhere, people just, you know, the hate was palpable, and it fueled the game.
We had about 12 legitimate Junior A players in Manitoba, all of our whole league, because we had a Manitoba Junior Senior League at the time. So we had to pick up 3 or 4 juveniles to play.
Bobby Allen was the best all-around player I've ever seen. He was just a total lacrosse player.
The idea of getting to go to Victoria, they had Jim Veltman, they had John Tavares, Caleb Toth, like it was a pretty stacked team. And I thought, well, I got a chance maybe of winning a Mann Cup here. So I jumped at that chance.
And not only did they not expect us to actually start the brawl, we finished it. And it just changed the whole complexion of the game.
Gaylord came one Saturday. It was like a celebrity was in town. Every kid was there getting their shirts signed, their sticks signed, and balls signed, and he was showing them little tricks. And
of the players I played with, the teammates, at last count, I think there were 16 in the Hall of Fame. So that just shows just how talented the team was in those days.
If Bobby Allen can't play with us, then we're not going to play.
And they suspended us all for 5 years, the whole team, which they did it too fast. First, they should have thought a little bit longer about it.
If you could get a team that felt they were a team rather than a bunch of individuals, then they knew how to win.
We had a girls' box lacrosse team in Mimico before girls ever played box. We had a little house league team.
I was pretty fortunate to be able to win a Mann Cup, Minnow Cup, and World Championship and a Pro League Championship.
It was one year, 1949, I went to Peterborough. I played for their first Senior A team.
With guys like Doug McCrory and Cliff Sepka and Les Norman and Ken Audie. Well, they were all on that team when we went up. So it was really fun playing with guys that you watched for 10 years.
And I said, oh, I'd just like to help out. So they made me the equipment manager. Well, before the year was out, I was running the team.
One young person from Brampton his name was Donnie Arthurs, and he played the center. No one ever got the ball off him.
So I always tried cross-checking on the hips, and so guys would crumple if they got hit on the hips because their arms are up like that, and that was one thing. But that's illegal now.
Now, a lot of people would think, you know, not very classy to do it, but I went, it wasn't, but they were doing other stuff that was dirtier than what we were doing. We were just ready to take it head on and say, let's end it.
All hell broke loose for an hour and 15 minutes, and I was up in the press box up top, and within very short time there was a lot of police. There was stuff going on in the stands between Peterborough and Brooklyn. I had never seen anything like it. It was just a full-out brawl.
two people in a game that have the greatest ability to determine the outcome of the game. That's the goalie at either end.
A lot of the guys wanted to check me, so because they wanted to say, well, we stopped Parnell tonight, he's not scoring on us.
I couldn't play for me. I was a ball control freak as a coach. I hated turnovers. As a player, I was freewheeler.
Being a New West kid, obviously Wayne Goss was your favorite player.
I wanted the ball, so the best way I could is to win the draw, you know?
It was Goss's 87th Man Cup point, which moved him ahead of Parnell.
I had Bobby Orr come out and try out for my club. And if he hadn't been so involved in hockey, I'd have got him playing lacrosse.
I saw an ad in the newspaper, new junior A team looking for lacrosse players. So I answered the ad, and that was the fateful day that I met Mr. Jim Bishop.
Getting the tar whacked out of you in a Man Cup series is not fun.
As far as I'm concerned, Ray Benny was the second Jack Bionda, skill-wise.
If I could come in a 3-on-2 and I had a guy here and a guy there, and I could fake at that guy to draw the back fin and then throw it behind my back to that guy. It was like switching hands.
Actually, I was playing junior and senior at the same time, just a backup in senior to the great Bill Whitaker.
Bionda, like, he was a great offensive player, but he said, I tried checking once and I didn't like it, you know. So that was the way he was.
Like when I first started playing, we didn't even wear helmets. And then we got to wearing helmets and never wear masks and stuff like that. And you know, so it advanced to the point now where the entire head is covered and stuff like that.
Smooth as butter. Anybody pick this up, throw the ball right to the target immediately. You don't have to practice with this. This is a magic stick.
That's why a lot of guys couldn't play this game very well, because they didn't look after their sticks.
To the chagrin of a lot of coaches, I learned how to do an Indian pickup really, really quickly, and I used to do that when I was running home.
And I set my goals is to change the game so it could be a fast break game, not just a brutal beat each other up game.
I'm 5 feet and I played goal. But there's no one in Brampton had more black eyes than me, because they're all trying to put the ball over my shoulder. So consequently, I got lots of balls in the face.
I couldn't get loose to throw the punches, and I seen Sanderson's eyes flipping in his head. I thought, oh, but that's just the way it was.
Good players have two shots in their repertoire. Their go-to shot and their backup shot.
I was the first player in Manitoba to wear a helmet. In those days, we were really smart. We didn't wear helmets. Can you imagine?
We just basically built teams that said, however you want to play lacrosse, we'll play your way, but you're not going to beat us up anymore.
The #1 opposition to us joining the Ontario Lacrosse Association in Junior B was Jim Bishop.
We didn't have the best coach. We didn't have the best goalie. We didn't have the best scorer. But when you put 5 of us on the floor at any one time, we were pretty good.
The West dominated lacrosse. Like if you look back at the statistics, the Man Cup was won by the West far more often than the East.
I made $7 a game if we lost and 12 if we won. So I'd tell my girlfriend, if we lose, we're just having a beer. If we win, we'll have a beer and a hamburger. Then I find out Wayne and Kenny were both getting $25 a game.
Personally, I think the game has progressed as far as players and on a pretty even keel, and pretty well everything that has been done for a good purpose.
And the plastic sticks were built in Canada before America ever started doing them.
I played hockey and lacrosse without a mask for years. They're all mine.
Playing outside in an outside bowl, that had a lot to do with the popularity of lacrosse.
They pull their goalie. John Grant takes a shot, maybe a little premature, I'm not sure. It's in my stick, and the usual, I transition, get it up, and I just throw the ball down, and I'm not sure whether it was 1, 2, or 3 bounces, but I know for sure it did not air all the way in there. And I got a goal.
'86 was the last time a Western team has won in Eastern Canada. That's a long time ago.
I'd like to play now because the offensive players are on every other time now. And the nets are bigger too. So mind you, the goaltenders wear more equipment now also, but